Hey everyone, it's Dion. I hope you all are good and staying healthy and safe. And once again, I finished another awesome poem. I know it's been a while. I apologize for that. But anyhow, finished another poem. And it's definitely very vulnerable, this particular poem. Um, for those of you who aren't aware, almost a year ago, around this time last year is when my diabetic journey pretty much began. Um, it was November slash Thanksgiving, my birthday slash Thanksgiving, around that ballpark when I started getting sick, and that's pretty much when it started. And obviously, in January is when I got diagnosed with diabetes because before then, I didn't know I was diabetic at all. And it was a really scary time for myself and my family. And I know I've mentioned this to a couple of you who I've gotten really close with, but I could have died, um, basically. And I've been thinking about that quite a bit lately, to be honest. Compared to where I was and where I am now, obviously, is a huge blessing in itself. And by having diabetes, was God's way of giving my life more purpose. So, with that being said, this poem is in a way a response to what I was going through last year. This is the second poem I've written in regards to my diabetes. So I'm going to read this one and also read the other poem I wrote in regards to my diabetes, just so you can understand the similarities or just get a general idea as to what I was going through, obviously. So this poem is called Black Hole. First off, it's not a really happy poem or optimistic in the slightest. Um, in a way, it's sort of like, again, another response to basically what I was going through around this time a year ago. So, almost a year ago, to be exact. So, here we go. This poem is called Black Hole. The misdirection of my life places my heart into dissension of a black hole. As my body deteriorates, leaving my very existence to fade into obscurity. So, that is my latest poem called Black Hole. Again, that's my second poem I've written in regards to my diabetes, and that last part, fading into obscurity, is a really pretty much right on the nail as to what I was going through this time last year. Um, just to give you guys an idea, since I'm discussing it and not many of you are aware, around this time last year, I was getting really skinny, but nobody really understood why, and I didn't understand why. I'm a picky eater, greasy foods, junk food, that's basically my diet, to put it in simplest terms. So when people would ask me, hey, you're getting really skinny, what are you doing differently? And my answer would be, I'm not doing anything differently. I'm just drinking more water. Um, Drinking more water, and obviously I walked to the bus stop. So nobody could really understand why I was getting so skinny, and neither did I until November slash Thanksgiving. I was losing a dangerous amount of weight, and I couldn't keep anything down. I would have one bite, and then I would be full, or just one bite, and then I would throw up, or it was really uh, it was bad, pretty much, and it was just a really crazy and scary time, and nobody really understood what was going on, and it really wasn't easy for me at all. Um, I really got into a deep depression, um, because not only was I sick, on top of that, it was the last few weeks of the fall semester, and I was in no position to fail, because I've been working so hard, and because I was sick, I ended up missing a lot of days. Ended up missing a lot of classes as a result. So I was sick, didn't know what was happening, and there was a likely possibility that I could have failed all my classes. But through the glory of God, I did somehow manage to pass my classes. But again, it was a really scary time. I had just turned 24, and birthdays, Thanksgiving, December, Christmas time, all these holidays which bring your family together and are supposed to be really happy times. um it wasn't a happy time for me at all, to be honest. Most of you guys understand, most of you guys know me really well. I'm optimistic, and but so I see the silver lining. There's a reason for everything. But in that moment, which I'm going to refer back to that line in my poem, fading to obscurity, that's literally how I felt. Not in a metaphor, I mean, in a way that's a metaphor as far as my poem goes, but in a way it's also not a metaphor, because I was, I basically could have crumbled into dust at any moment. So, and again, I'm still here, obviously, because I could have died, but I didn't. God's love saved me, resurrected me in a way. So, obviously, by having diabetes, He gave my life more purpose. So, it was just a really crazy time, and that's basically how my latest poem came about. I've been really thinking about it lately, and the fact that where I was last year and where I am now is just mind blowing to me, because you can't really foresee the future and you don't really know what's gonna happen. So the fact that am here, breathing, talking, as opposed to the alternative, is a real blessing. And I've mentioned this several times this past few couple months, that the fact that I'm still breathing is probably the best thing about 2020, in spite of everything that's been going on. Pandemic, racism. I mean, 2020 is really crazy right now, and obviously, I didn't expect to be diabetic during this pandemic, obviously. But again, I'm really grateful for my friends and my family, especially my best friend Xandra, who I've known since I was like 5 or 6, and she has gone through the exact same thing as I have, because she's diabetic as well. So much love to her, particularly because she's actually helped me through this, and it goes to show that God knew what he was doing when he made us best friends, pretty much. Um, so, man, I've been talking a long time. Anyhow, I'm gonna read my other poem in regards to my diabetes, and then you guys will get an idea as to how far I've come, how I felt then, and just a big picture as to how I've gone about being diabetic, pretty much. So I'm going to find it real quick. Hopefully it's still in my phone, because I write a lot of poems. I'm gonna try to find it. I hope it's still here. Still looking for it. I write a lot of poems. Just gonna check my social media real quick in regards to finding it. Just gotta find it. And it's still looking. Okay, found it. Man, that took a minute. Anyhow, so this poem that I wrote was the first poem I wrote in regards to my diabetes. I finished it on Resurrection Sunday, which says a lot, because it's a real testament of God's love for me and the fact that I am still here. So this poem is called Broken, and here we go. Earth is falling apart beneath me, tearing away at the fabric of my skin. Don't recognize who's wearing my flesh. As the shadows of pain surrounds me, God's love saves me from my broken spirit. So again, that poem is called Broken, and now you understand, based off of that poem and the one I just read, and just basically how in a way, my own emotional battle with going through this, and that I've come a long way this time last year. So again, that is my latest poem, which is Black Hole, and my other poem, don't want to get you guys confused there. So feel free to share your thoughts or any reaction in regards to what I just read. And I hope you guys are good. I hope you're staying safe. And considering this month is I believe Suicide Prevention Month. And just, I know you guys have a lot going on and emotions, and I just want to emphasize that if you need anyone to talk to, that I'm here for you. Most of you have my number, but if you don't hesitate to ask. And I love you guys, and as always, I'm here for you. So, until the next spoken word poem, which who knows? Only time will tell. Bye. Love you guys.